Emotional intelligence refers to a specific form of intelligence which is centered around using emotional information in a meaningful way. It's most often referred to as EI or sometimes EQ, but is very different to IQ. The term emotional intelligence was coined in 1990 by Peter Salovey and John Mayer, and later popularized by Daniel Goleman. And there are multiple definitions of emotional intelligence, where some refer to the concept as a set of emotional and social skills that influence the way we perceive and express ourselves, develop and maintain social relationships, cope with challenges, and use emotional information in an effective and meaningful way. And others refer to emotional intelligence as the capacity to reason with emotions and emotional signals, and to the capacity of emotion to enhance thought. But when defining emotional intelligence, it's also useful to think about what emotional intelligence is not. So firstly, it's not purely about emotions and being overly emotional. It's also not about personality. Emotional intelligence and personality are related, but nonetheless are two separate entities. Emotional intelligence is dynamic and can be developed, for example, whereas personality is seen as more stable and consistent over time. Emotional intelligence is also not the same as IQ or cognitive intelligence. There's no evidence to suggest that IQ and EQ are related. Emotional intelligence tends to steadily increase with age, whereas IQ peaks at around 17 to 18 years. So why does emotional intelligence matter? Well, firstly, it's highly correlated with job performance and accounts for significant differences between high and low performance in various job roles. Emotional intelligence is also a key driver for effective leadership. When it comes to building strong leaders, organizations are turning to the concept of emotional intelligence to help give leaders a new type of intelligence edge above and beyond technical aptitudes. Research has actually found that organizations that value and widely use emotional intelligence are 3 times more effective at leadership development than other organizations. And also, emotional intelligence is associated with improved well-being. Emotional intelligence and happiness are positively correlated, and empirical analyses identified that self-regard, optimism, interpersonal relationships, and self-actualization are some areas of emotional intelligence with direct connections to happiness and well-being, which can be further developed by effective coaching practices and positive change. So how can emotional intelligence be measured? Well, there are 2 ways to measure emotional intelligence in individuals. The first being the EQI 2.0, a world-renowned emotional intelligence assessment widely used by practitioners and organizations today. And this self-report assessment measures emotional intelligence in 5 different composite areas, with 15 separate subscales, by asking candidates how frequently they use different emotional skills. The 5 composite areas cover self-perception, self-expression, interpersonal, decision-making, and stress management. And as well as scores at that subscale and composite level, the tool also provides a total emotional intelligence score as well. And another way to measure emotional intelligence is with the Mayer-Salovey-Caruso Emotional Intelligence Test, also known as the MESQUITE, which is more of an ability-based measure of emotional intelligence. And using a variety of interesting and creative tasks, the MESQUITE provides clients with a total emotional intelligence score, a strategic and experiential score, 8 different task scores, and 4 branch scores that look into perceiving emotions, using emotions, understanding emotions, and managing emotions. So we offer both of these assessments at SciSoft and have more information on the EQI 2.0 and the MESQUITE on our website if you're interested to find out more. Or if you'd like to learn about emotional intelligence further and how you might use it within your work, please do visit our website or get in touch with us today.